Quartz website is reporting of figures from the Institute of International Education suggesting the number of overseas students in America has hit a record high, and Chinese students make up a quarter of the overall figure. In fact, around 50% of the overseas students in the States are supposedly from just 4 countries: China, India, Saudi Arabia, and Korea. The reasons behind this surge, according to the IIE, is apparently because universities in the U.S. are doing more not to just reach out to international students before they join, but even while they're studying overseas. This includes more help with English lessons, more academic support, and in general, just helping them more with integrating with their surroundings. The number of undergraduates from China has reportedly expanded by 300% in the last few years. But at the same time, it's also being said that there isn't much variety in terms of the subjects studied, not just among Chinese students, but all international students. More than half are supposedly enrolled in either one of just 4 subjects: business, engineering, math, and computer science, or physical and life science. The reason behind this is thought to be based on the thinking that these areas of studies will help them get the best jobs, especially if they want to settle down in the U.S. Now, at the same time, Saudi Arabian students are the 3rd largest in the U.S., and many are funded by the King Abdullah Scholarship, with the Education Ministry saying that they want the students to learn their skills required by their economy. And now let's go over to Weibo and check out what people had to say about this story.
I am not surprised. There are lots of good schools in America. No doubt they can attract many international students. If all the Chinese universities are world famous one day, more and more foreign students will come to China. Actually, there are already many foreign students in China now, aren't there? If we are counting in this way, then 20% of the world's population are Chinese, so of course there are more Chinese students now in the U.S. I think it doesn't just happen in the U.S. Foreign students are welcomed in many countries like Australia, since they could bring more income to the country. So I think all the governments would want to attract more foreign students. This is normal in the U.S. Because of the financial crisis, many young Americans prefer working rather than going to university because of the high tuition, while the foreign students are likely to pay the money for further education in the U.S. As we all know, many Chinese people are rich now, so why not pay for the degree of some well-known American schools so that they can come back to China for better career opportunities? For them, it's just some pre-investment. I dare say there will be more Chinese students studying abroad. If the education in China doesn't change, more and more Chinese parents will choose to send their kids abroad. Losing the talents is much worse than losing money. Who knows how many of these 25% Chinese students will come back to China?
China, meanwhile, also very much on the higher education map, with the Study in China website saying that overseas students in China hit a record number here as well as back in 2011. And interestingly enough, quite a number of those students, 11%, were from the U.S. In 2012, around 320,000 students came to China, and the majority were said to be from South Korea and again the U.S. China.org has also reported that the government will be increasing its scholarships to as many as 50,000 overseas students by 2015. The aim is reportedly to make China the top Asian destination for overseas students by 2020, with more efforts to promote Chinese higher education in Europe as well.